Hey everyone, and welcome back to Episode Club. Today we are going to be talking Season 6, Episode 7, The Broken Man, and it's another Ladies' Night edition of Episode Club. We got some lovely ladies joining us today, and a first-time person on Episode Club. So, ladies, whoever unmutes first gets to talk first. Rules of Episode Club.
Bagseed. Hi, I'm Lauren. You can find me on Lauren's Corner. I do poetry, short stories, I do book reviews and hard-hitting interviews called Asking Questions, where I interview other YouTubers and creators like myself so you can get to know them better while I do it at the same time. And it's great to be here on Episode Club, finally.
I know, it's your first time. There's always a first time for everything.
Episode Club cherry popped.
Can't see over here popping cherries everywhere.
Exactly.
Hi, I'm Clarissa Thompson. You can see me Friday nights on the Cylon Johns. I'm one of the first-time watchers, aka Cylon Jill, along with Mackenzie. And thanks for having me on Episode Club again. Great to see you gals tonight.
No problem at all. And last but not least,
Greetings and salutations. Lord Commander AK back again for another episode. And I had so much fun with the ladies last time. I had to rope in one more just so we could spread the love even more. So here he is. Let's talk about this shit.
Exactly. It's a great time to spend some time with the ladies because usually Episode Club is filled with men. So it's nice to have the perspective of women on Episode Club because, #equality. And
what Kenzie means is there's usually too many dicks on the panel and we need to even it out just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Goodbye, Sausage Fest. Hello, Clam Fest.
Exactly. And speaking of that, we will start off in Volantis with Yara and Theon. And basically they're having a quote-unquote rest stop in Volantis, and between some sexual talk, Yara gives some sound advice. So, let's talk about it.
Okay, well done on that segue, first of all. That was fucking brilliant.
Totally unconscious, but appropriate.
Well done. So let me just break this down here. So Yara is sitting with Theon. Theon's being the victim and being utterly broken, and she's trying to get her freak on with a nice woman who's got brilliant tatas and a nice booty. She's got all the booty, perfect for pirates. But I know it's full of bad jokes. She's like, right, Theon, you either need to find your balls. I know you don't have any. I'm sorry I made that joke, but you need to drink some beer, be a man, and basically, have some fun. And you don't really need your D to get fun with whatever's around us. You're spoiled for choice here. Enjoy it before we go see the Dragon Queen, more or less.
Word, and that's truth. I honestly was a tad bit miffed with how they played up Yara's sexuality, because as we know in the books, she is all about the dickly, strictly dickly. She is not interested in a chick at all. However, upon a few rewatches, I was like, you know what? She played the hell out of that. And I was quite proud, and I think it's maybe the next episode when they actually finally do get to Dany, and I'm not going to be on that panel, so I'm going to say it now. Swear to God, if you look, first of all, Yara got ass. Hot damn. I didn't know she was working with it like that until I saw that scene. And secondly, if you pay attention, you can see the exact moment she makes Dany cream her pants. So I'm saying, just put it out there. Just putting it out there. If you missed it, go back and watch. It's there. I'm just saying.
Can I just add, I actually think in the books she's presented more as bisexual rather than just lesbian as she is on the show. Because that's the gist that I got from the books. But I was kind of surprised the way they took it fully in the show. I don't know if that was just a kind of choice. But yes, you can't exactly see the moment that Dany creams her pants looking at this chick. She's like, yeah.
I'll tell you the exact line. Danny's she's feeling herself, and she gets into her little rant, and Yara's looking like, I never demand, but I'm up for anything. And Danny just looks at her and gets that little smile on her face. I was like, Yara,
because we kind of forget that in the books, Danny kind of dips her toe in that.
Dips her toe my ass.
Like, Danny takes one look at Yara, right, and it's like, my Dothraki handmaiden, what now?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, Danny is all in for both teams.
So.
Totally. And she's like, ships, you said?
Yeah, it's like, you are some of the best people on the ship. I could use you at some point. But yeah, Theon is he's like,
and poor Theon. Titties.
He used to like them.
But I feel bad for the guy, but I still think he deserved it. Fuck him.
Well, the last time he saw naked women was when he got his toy taken away. So it can scar you a little bit.
You can see why he is the way he is around all the Ironborn, because he was meant to be that person, but he grew up a Stark, and he's conflicted by these things, and then he goes through this horrible torture, and then like he's surrounded by all this, so it's like he's having a big clash of idealisms and ideology and personalities and who he should and shouldn't be, plus it's going to be a difficult thing for him to look up and admire anything that's walking past him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess I'm just cold-hearted. Fuck him.
Yes, we know that he was torn between, loyalty to one family and loyalty to his own family, but he knew what was right and what was wrong, and he made his choice. And, how old was he? I suppose I didn't make the smartest choices at like 20 years old, but still, yeah.
You were a full-grown man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think in the show, they put all the boys at the same age, but I know in the story, Theon's like a few years older than Rob and John, so...
Yeah, because Rob's like 14 and John's 15 or something.
Yeah. I think, they'll put... And I think Theon's like 17 18 or something like that, so... But yeah, Theon just he's on his upswing of his character at this point, even though he'll fall back down a little bit, but he's getting there. And yeah, they're going off to go to Danny, which will be so fun next episode. Any more thoughts? Or we can move on to Arya and one of the stupidest scenes in the show in a while.
Don't even fucking bother, man. Why bother? Right? I skipped past this. I was rewatching this and I was like, oh yeah, this is that. No, fuck it. When it got to the her stealing her money back from the ship guy, and then I seen like or standing on the bridge, I'm like, nope, skip. Why bother? Why even bother with this scene at all? Like, it just possibly the worst scene ever in Game of Thrones. Whose choice was this? Like, I want to know whose choice this fucking was.
Blame Brian Cogman and D&D. That's all you have to say.
I know. No. What were you guys smoking or not smoking or not having enough? Because quite frankly, this was a terrible decision. Like, nobody gets stabbed in the stomach. You stabbed Ariel Hota in the fucking stomach and the giant falls down on his ass, man. What the fuck? Sorry.
No.
I think you're saying what we're all feeling.
I understand that, they want Arya to have the freaking superpowers. Well, I mean, your assholes should have just sent her to Xavier's school for the gifted if you wanted all this extracurricular shit. I get she's a faceless man and she's got some training, but she's not equipped for this. I let so much tinfoil get into my head because of this fucking scene, because I was just like, no. I do not accept it. Arya is not this fucking stupid. I don't care if she's trying to secure her ride back to Westeros. Okay, cool. I could see her talking to the dudes like that because she's a little girl. She has to put some bass in her voice like that. Fine, I get that. But when you really just standing on the bridge in broad fucking daylight and not paying attention to anyone. I mean, you sitting there looking like baby Ned with your hair pulled back like your pops, and some random old person that you don't know just comes up and starts talking to you, and you actually smiling at this bitch. I thought we were on the run, Arya.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to lay low? Blend in. You did this shit before you had the fucking training. You knew to get the fuck out of Dodge. What the hell is this shit?
Yeah.
If they really wanted her to have magical powers, they should have just sent her to Hogwarts, not the fucking faceless men. Right?
Yeah.
I'd have something to say, but you've all said it so well.
Let it out, Clarissa. Just say it.
Let it fly.
Reaffirm the point.
Before you say that, because fucking Lauren, you just had to say Hogwarts.
I know, right?
Okay, pause. For anyone that's listening, pause the podcast, pull up Google, and type in Scottish Game of Thrones Part 2. And what you'll see is like the funniest 3 minutes. You'll appreciate this shit. I'm telling you, this girl comes on and she's like bitter ass Sansa, and she's like, you know, my name is Sansa Stark. I didn't get any powers. Everybody coming back like they come from bloody Hogwarts. But not me.
And fucking Jon Snow's like, so I met this dragon queen, right? And then I find out she's my aunt, but she can't have babies. And I was like, yes!
Yeah. Oh my! I think I've seen that. I'm just like, oh my god!
I have not. I must.
Oh my. I don't know why, but that one part is just the funniest shit to me. I've been giggling at it for the past month.
All my siblings go away. All my siblings go away, and they come back with magical powers like they've just been through fucking Hogwarts. And what did I get? Nothing. Unless my superpowers are attracting creepy bastards.
It's so true though. It's like, god damn.
And just the facial expressions that she makes are just gold. Y'all go watch it. Anyway, I'm sorry. Clarissa, please continue.
I will. So I think we can all agree that this is probably one of the worst Arya and Bravo scenes ever.
Yes.
No, it's just one of the worst scenes overall. Yeah. It's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I even let the tinfoil get in my head, like, no, that's not Arya. Jaqen told her to go hide somewhere, and he took that extra face that they had of her face, and that's him wearing that, and he was just waiting for the waif to come up, and he's gonna shank her, and no.
Yeah.
Like, even something as, like, minor as if she was walking through a crowd of people with her head down, and some random stranger stabbed her as they went past, and she realizes that, oh, it's the waif or something, right? But, like, I'm on the bridge.
And then an old lady comes.
Sunny day. And this like, cute old lady. Run, what can I do for you, old lady? Bitch, you run.
I haven't even had training, and I was like, run!
Yes, especially when the waif is like, oh, sweet gal, and it's like in that creepy, stepmother accent.
Like, as soon as I saw that and I heard her voice, I said, that's the waif. Ari, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you still standing there?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, get the...
Like, that should have been the point that she jumped over the damn bridge and went into the nasty water and swam away.
Yeah, and not getting stabbed, 7 times in the stomach.
She got gutted. That's not even a stabbing anymore. She got straight gutted.
Well, listen, I'll be really, really pissed off if this comes back around in the final season and they decide to pull a switcheroo and it's been the fucking waif all this time, man.
Maybe
don't piss me off.
I love tinfoil, but I cannot stand that.
It
makes no sense. No damn sense.
Yeah, if they do that, they would just completely everybody would hate D&D. Like they're like, this ruins this season, and
I mean,
fuck this.
The only way it could work is if the waif's point of saying, I used to be from Westeros, a part of a house, a blah blah blah, and she turns out to be somebody that's been in the story already that we've just kind of sidelined for some reason or another. I mean, that's the only way it would work if they did do the fucking switcheroo.
Even if they did that, though, it still wouldn't make sense because Nymeria.
Yeah.
Nymeria would absolutely know that was not Arya, and the waif would have had her throat ripped out.
Yeah, been like, pounce.
Yeah, if that scene with Nymeria wasn't in there, maybe I could see them trying to finagle and do some fuck shit.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, since we got that with Nymeria, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Agreed.
If anything, she'll just get in trouble from Jaqen from stealing all the faces. That's like her one thing, or taking all of the innocent people from the.
Jaqen was happy that she left. He ain't.
It was way to round out her storyline, but I'm still in a. Yeah.
She's been making her own collection.
Yeah. She's got Walder Frey. She probably will have Baelish by the end of the next season. Yeah.
Who knows who she got along the way?
She has Baelish already.
She's gathering all of Sansa's creepy bastards.
Yeah, she probably would have had Ramsay, but the dog ate her.
She was too late. Too late to get Ramsay and everything.
Yeah. He got his face
to get Joffrey
right
too. She got the fuck out of Meryn Trent though. Oh, that was a beautiful scene.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry, I digress.
I went to a con not long after that scene happened, and like the guy that plays Sir Barristan the Bold was there. That's the only reason I'd went, because I wanted to picture him that way and whatnot. And that turned it out to be like a thing of never meet the people you admire so much on TV. He was sweet. It was just really odd for me. But next to him was the guy that played Sir Meryn Trent, and I was just looking at him like, I can't look at you the same way. And he's really happy and cheery. He's a really nice guy, and he's telling us about his new TV series. I'm like, yeah, man.
That's a hard scene for him, because he has a 12-year-old daughter, and he was like, if ever.
Yeah, he hated that character change.
Yeah, he did not like that.
So it's like, if you ever see him in real life, it's just like, don't yell at him like that, because he didn't deserve it. He didn't want that change to be the.
It's like Ramsay though.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them old music videos of him, and he was singing to some girl, and I just the whole time I'm looking at the video like, girl, run! He gonna kill you!
He's gonna Ramsay. Yeah.
Was that the song "Bang Bang"?
I don't remember.
In the club.
I don't remember. Somebody showed it to me in one of my Game of Thrones groups, and they were like, "Y'all, look at this. Look, he gonna feed that girl to the dogs tonight, right?"
Yeah. Just like, oh no.
So why did y'all even put this in my brain? I'm done with y'all. Let me mute this whole conversation right now.
Even that new Netflix movie about Motley Crue.
Oh really?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I think it's called The Dirt or something like that. It's up on Netflix now. So it's basically it's like a dark comedy.
Well, is it Motley Crue talking about the band Motley Crue, or it's just called Motley Crue?
No, it's about the band Motley Crue, but it's not a documentary. It's not a biography film. It's
it's a dark comedy mockumentary.
Okay. So either way, I dug Motley Crue when I was growing up. Cool. I checked it out
too.
Very cool. So.
And we spent way too much damn time in Bravos.
No, it's okay. So we can jump, I guess, to River Run, where we see Jaime and Bronn leading the Lannister army. Jesus, the Lannister army to where the Freys are, and basically they're like, Blackfish, get out of your castle. And he's like, not them, not today. So
all hail the Blackfish.
Yeah.
Come, open the gate now, or we're gonna hang him. Nah. Open the gate now, we're gonna slit his throat. Nah. Damn it, I'm gonna kill him now. Kill him. Fucking Blackfish. I love that dude. They did such a good service with him and Barristan in their endings.
I can't watch that scene anymore without seeing the one that was cut together with the Holy Grail. Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
I fought in your general direction.
Every time I see it.
Yeah, like the Black Wall.
I am your king. Well, I didn't vote for you.
I love Monty Python.
And go away, or I will taunt you some more.
Monty Python's awesome.
So it's never not funny. Monty Python is always relevant.
So good. Every time I see that scene, though, that's all I hear is John Cleese in my head.
It's so funny. Yeah.
But Jaime in this scene, I have mixed feelings about Jamie, but when he's a take charge kind of guy, I kind of get off on that a little bit.
I could tell, man. I could feel the blood rushing to another place right now just by looking at you. And
I did not need to hear. I don't think anyone needed to hear that, ma'am.
I'm sorry, but she was like, "Yeah, that gets my feelings going." When he takes his left hand and pimp slaps a Frey right in the face after giving him a direct order, and that Frey just decides, "No, I will not listen to direct." Slap with the pimp hand, with the gold hand.
This is why I wanted to get Lauren and Clarissa on, because I knew if it was just me, I would bore your audience, and I didn't want to do that. So I had to bring in some help. Had to bring in heavy hitters.
What do you mean? You're a star, AK.
Yeah, we're all. Yes. This is just the perfect combination. That was just awesome. Yeah, like the whole release Admiral Talon is like, no, and then it's like, I don't give it, like, it's something like, I don't give a rat's, and then he just slaps him across the face, and it's just like, ow.
I mean, you could just look at Edmure's first. Edmure was even fed up with it. Like, dude, are we doing this again? Like, didn't we do it last again? Do you know who my uncle is? Why are we here? Just put me back in my cell, man. I'm tired.
Yeah, just leave me back in my chains. Just keep me updated about my son that I have never seen
and
before.
I don't know if he's actually alive.
Yeah, and it's just like, just leave me, because yes, the battle or the siege of River Run happens in the next episode. But yeah, it's just Blackfish. We have provisions for 2 years. Do you have 2 years? Imagine if Jamie was just like, yeah, I'll just wait outside for 2 years.
2 years with Winter and the Army of the Dead coming. Yeah, you go ahead and sit down, Jamie. Go ahead.
Like, okay, let me just sit here twiddling my thumbs for 2 years. That would have been just so stupid, but so funny at the same time.
That's one of the things with River Run that I really like. I love how their castle is set up. You know, that drawbridge up, that huge ass moat. Blackfish with his cheeky ass sitting up there with a damn fishing rod hanging over the fucking. My man is catching his dinner while you out here talking about we're gonna hang him. Yeah, all right. Oh, we got a tug, boys. Let's go.
Yeah,
would you like some mackerel with that hanging?
Yeah, they're just the boys, and then just like Bronn. He's like with his whole line of "Give me a castle," and it's like, "You'll get the damn castle." Well, like a Lannister always pays his debts. It's like, "Just give me the damn."
Don't bloody well fucking say it.
Yeah, like, give me the damn castle.
You are not getting a damn castle, bruh. I don't know why you thought Jamie was actually gonna come through on that, my dude.
Especially
it's just not happening. I don't even think you're gonna live, sir.
He's gonna be one.
End up with the twins.
Yeah, he'll probably die in the battle for Winterfell or be severely injured. Like, he thinks he's gonna get Highgarden. You get Highgarden? Bitch, sit down.
Like, I mean, you good that you survived this long, but don't really be feeling yourself like that, bro. Sit down. Exactly. You are Sir Bronn of the Blackwater. I don't mind give a fuck about the Blackwater.
Yeah, so stupid.
Just because you got a little bit of money and you got some nicer clothes now does not mean you can get anything near Highgarden.
Yeah, with you and your plot armor, it's just, you've survived this long. You'll survive for probably a few more episodes than you're
jumping into boiling hot water as Drogon is blowing fire in full plate armor, and you just end up floating a mile downstream. Miss me with that bullshit.
Yeah.
Use Jamie as a boat, that's what he was doing.
Yeah, Jamie's just like, wait till it sinks him to the bottom of the river. Like, okay.
And let's face it, he's walked now, so he doesn't even have fucks to give. He's got nothing.
True.
Exactly. Now, we can move along, if we want, to the Riverlands, where we see that Sandor Clegane has survived. Because the last time we see him is season 4, episode 8, I want to say. Mm-hmm. No, 10. 10 it is. Yeah, I forgot it was 10.
The fight with Brienne.
Yep. Brienne kicked off that damn rock. Oh, that was
And
brutal.
the fact that this was like a cold open,
Mm-hmm.
and that doesn't happen too often in Game of Thrones. It was like, huh? What's going on?
People are going to die.
Yeah, and then it's like, oh, people like setting up a village, and yay! And
then he opened his
the
mouth, and I was like,
pan
"It's
up
still the
front.
Hound."
I just remember starting that episode going, yay!
Yeah, it's like he's back, and the fact that he's with a bunch of religious people is just you're like,
I'm like, yeah, how did this happen?
Yeah, I think it's just to show us that the Hound for the rest of this will go on a religious journey, going with different religions.
I think it was their random nod to his suspected book situation right now. Which, what was cool, but I still think it was a waste of Ian McShane. Like, he played that part very well. He absolutely did. But that was just such a waste for his talent, man.
Well, Ian McShane's more of a kind of jobber. He's more about doing the job at hand as an actor than really just getting involved with the storylines as much. That's just who he is. He's an old school actor. That's just how he rolls.
Yeah, but he's got TV shows.
And as for the religious journey, I don't think it's a religious journey. I think it's a spiritual journey. Because bear in mind, we're talking about the Faith of Seven, but we're also going to come across the old gods, the new gods, role lore and stuff like that as well. And right now, where we... spoilers if you haven't watched the other seasons, but he's kind of following the red god, the fire god at the moment. Maybe he'll just trek through them all and have a connection to them in some way, so that'd be more of a spiritual journey than it is a religious one.
I'll give you that. Yeah,
you could say he's working up his chakras.
Yeah.
harnessing his chi.
Exactly.
Yeah, I really liked that he did come across more as a spiritual leader. That the regardless of doctrine, that it was the values that he was looking to propagate, not this specific law. It was less about law and more about relating to people and showing them kindness and love and all the values that we all know are good values.
One thing I did appreciate that they had Ian McShane do is in the history and lore for this season, they gave him a like summary, as it were, of the Broken Man speech to tell in his little segment. And I thought that was pretty cool. At least they referenced it. I was really, really hoping that we heard it, but they referenced it, and what they did was decent enough. So I appreciated that.
Yeah, like the fact that this really kind of spirals his, with obviously the fact that it's the Lem Cloak and the Brotherhood Without Banners that kind of take out the pseudo family that kind of Sandor has. Is just that's what really gets him and what kind of drives him to kind of take this religious experience, but also just move forward, because we can't have the Hound with in this religious state for too long, because he's a badass and he needs to be there for everybody.
I think he would have been chill though. I mean, you got a dude like Septon Ray that's leading you. I think he'd have been okay there. But yeah, as soon as Lem and his boys came through, he looked around, looked and saw the axe, nodded his head, was like, all right. And the last thing we saw was him grabbing the axe as he walked by on down the road going hunting.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, Sandor.
Like he's back.
It's just his path just seems to be like this never-ending, mission of violence. Like from the time that he's a child with his own brother, right up until, we're assuming the end of the series, he's just even though he tries to step away and make a change in his life, it's like the gods have come down and said, no, you have another path, man. You have to walk the path of violence because only so many people can, and you can handle it. It's like,
He had a code.
Yeah, well, it's like Sam in Lord of the Rings being able to let go of the ring.
Yeah.
Right? It's that I have a job that I got to do, and I got to do it, and I might not like it, but I got to do it, and it doesn't tempt him. Apart from he says that he likes killing. I don't think he really does. I think that he accepts it as part of himself, and that he likes himself and mistakes the two. But that's just me.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, it's just the Hound and kind of his experience with everything. So he's gonna get back into the fold almost and meet up with Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr. So, hey.
Which he's looking forward to that.
Beric, right, the Lightning Lord Dondarrion.
Yeah, exactly. So the next part that we can kind of go to is either King's Landing or the North. So either we're dealing with Cersei and Olenna predominantly and Marjorie, or Jon Santa and rallying the armies.
Let's do King's Landing. Let's get that out of the way first.
That's my vote.
So we get Queen Marjorie kind of out of underneath the Sept of Baelor and kind of acclimatizing herself back into Westeros, and Grandma ain't happy about it. Her personality change, and then we obviously see Cersei and her kind of reaction to this as well. So, what do you think?
Right, so the Marjorie thing, I get it. She's playing the game. She's doing it well-ish, trying to survive. That's great. I love the scene between her and Olenna, and then her giving her the paper rose. And Elena's like raging, like, you have to come home, and like, but I need to stay here because if I don't, basically we all dead. Go home, run away. I love how Elena's chiding Sept and Unella, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Aye. Just absolutely chiding her. Like, there's some foreshadowing right there. I watched that scene and I was like, man, I can see the scene where she's stuck with the mountain and the cell and everything. Yeah, predictions there and then. And as for the scene between Olenna and Cersei, oh, fantastic. Just spot on. I wish Olenna was still around so much.
Yeah, I do concur with that.
Yeah.
Like, and Cersei here again, even after, they took that L when they went to go get Marjorie, she's still over here trying to plot randomness. Like, bitch, you did this. You signed off on him having the power that he does right now. The fuck were you thinking? This is why you are not Tywin with teats, bruh. Fall back, please.
Yeah.
All you do is make things worse.
Yeah, exactly. It's just Cersei is just even like kind of like, I just do things and then I don't think. Basically, she's like, I do things and I don't think about them. It's like, yeah, there's a problem about that.
Right?
And,
stop it.
And with like Marjorie and how she's just like, I know about the people, the peasants. I didn't really actually care about them. I thought they were disgusting. It's like, there, you're actually like admitting to something, because it just seems abnormally awkward when she was all with the peasants and everything earlier on in the seasons, and then now she's just like, I didn't really like them. It's like, either that's a complete 180 or the entire thing was just a facade.
I think she was playing a role there. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think she was playing a role.
I would say that people who are master manipulators know that when your manipulations are within truths, they're even more effective. And so I would think, yeah, Yeah, she wasn't. I mean, I think that she did what she had to do because it was expected of her, and that was what she needed to do to put on the face because that is her role, that is her job. Did she feel real compassion for them? Probably some. And she probably, played it up a bit when she was saying to the High Sparrow that, oh, they were disgusting. Like, she probably didn't like the way that they smelled, but she probably still had compassion for them, right? Like,
Yeah.
so I think that it's one of those things where the deception is hidden within the truth.
Yeah, I agree with Clarissa on this one.
Yeah.
It's always a hearts and minds game, and if you're one of the biggest houses with all the resources and stuff like that, and she's dressed in a certain way, she's floating through King's Landing through some of the muckiest bits, reaching out and touching and whatnot, and you'll see even modern people in power or celebrities and stuff like that that commonly wouldn't be doing such things. They do that to gain hearts and minds, to gain fans, to gain customers, and all that. It's advertising 101 when you're part of a big organization or a social structure. You have to win them over, especially when you know for a fact the person who's in power right now isn't doing a very, very good job, and all the small folk hate them. So if you can come in as the new prospective queen and win their hearts and minds, then it would bring a certain amount of peace. So yes, I would say that on one hand, yes, there's compassion, but on another there is manipulation, but it's for perhaps one could assume a good reason. Whether it's viewed like that to anyone else, I don't know, but
No,
I mean,
true enough. You guys hit it on the head.
Yeah.
I do agree now. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and when you live in a society that is feudal, like they do, confidence and the spirit of the people can be very much dependent on the image that is shown through people who are in positions of power, and that would be important families. So the role playing isn't just as a measure to maintain power, but to broadcast an image to the common people who could either support you or rise against you, and you want them to support you, and you do what it takes.
True enough. Random tidbit, it just popped into my head. They really lucked up with Natalie Dormer. If you look at a side-by-side picture of her and Lady Olenna back in the day, exactly alike.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I never found out whether they actually did that on purpose or was it just a happy coincidence.
Yeah, like she could be the new Emma Peel of this generation.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah, it's like just the young.
That would be a remake I'd watch.
Right?
If she was in that role.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Avengers, if you guys didn't know. Not the Marvel ones. There were others.
Yes.
Yeah, there's many different things. But Olenna is just ready to kind of have this be over and to have Loris back in her family, and it's just
she had it.
You can deal with it. You can. But yeah, Olenna's going again back to High Garden because obviously she's there for the season finale. So it's one of those things that you're just like, oh, you get to see her for a little bit more, and it's just awesome. So
a wee fun fact about Lady Olenna, the actress, is actually Dame Diana Rigg. So she is actually of technically the British court or kind of empire as it was. So she's actually a dame. So when people are like, lady, my lady, she can actually react to that and yes, I am your lady. I'm actually a real full-fledged dame in real life. So hell yeah.
That's cool. That's freaking cool. I love that.
Yeah, it's just so awesome to see her like in the show and with all of this stuff, and like getting to work with kind of young actors like Marjorie and all of these people. Like they get to be like, I worked with Dame Diana Rigg. It's like, yes.
Yeah, that's a golden spot. And I really like the scene at the end. Marjorie managed to hand her the little flower petals, like, grandmother, go home. I got this shoe before they kill you, and I can't stop it. But of course, she can't say that, so she passes the little note with their sigil. And Lena's like, all right, let me roll out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, I'm ready to go. I kind of served my purpose for a few episodes, and now I'm ready to go home.
Now I'm ready to go rip Cersei a new asshole before I leave.
Yeah. I think this is where Olenna says, I think you're the worst person that I've ever met. It's hard to remember in my old age or something along those lines. And it's just like...
And what did Cersei have to say after that?
Nothing. Because it's the truth.
No, man, Lady Olenna read her for filth. There was nothing she could say. You cannot get dressed down like that and then have any words come out.
Exactly. Like, don't... and for Lady Olenna to turn around and be like, I'm really old, and you're probably the worst person I've ever known and met.
Right.
Like, that's a...
Like, what is she, damn near 90?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of motherfuckers she done met, and bitch, you're the worst. What does that say about you? How many wars has she lived through? How many bullshit kings has she seen? And you're the worst.
Yeah, well, because she was supposed to be married off to Daemon Targaryen or something. It was
one of Egg's kids, wasn't it?
One of Egg's. Or
was it one of his brothers?
I think it was the brother because it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been through a lot of Targaryen kings and Baratheon Lannister kings, which, hey, she's been through a lot because...
Right, she's seen all the fuck shit of Robert, yet Cersei, you are still the worst. That says a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy, and we kind of leave them there, but yeah, it's just...
Alright, I think we head up the King's Road now.
Yeah, well...
To the north!
To the north, where Jon, Sansa, and Davos meet with a bunch of wildlings, and it's like, will you fight for me? Okay, why not? Kind of thing, and then...
The giant says yes, you're following the giant, we're also following you, more or less.
Yeah, and then they go and meet one of the most well-done actresses for her age, Lady Lyanna Mormont. So, yeah, we get those two, and then we get a little bit more later. But what do you feel about Jon and the wildlings again with Sansa and all that fun stuff?
I love how cool Sansa is looking at the giant. It's just like, yeah, it's cool. I've seen some shit, dude. You're nothing new.
I mean, why would she be surprised? Honestly, now that she knows monsters are real, I mean, a fucking giant ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah, it's true. And I think this is a great episode for seeing the continued development of Sansa's character. You know, I mean, seeing a few episodes back when she's talking to Jon about how they have to reclaim Winterfell, you know, she says, you know, I'll do it myself if I have to. Like, she is done being a puppet, and she is taking her turn pulling at the strings. Yeah. And I think that we see that when she's with the Glovers and they refuse her, and she's like, you took an oath. And he's all like, well, I'm dishonoring the oath. But she was the one that stepped forward and was like, you made a promise. Your house made a promise to our house.
I was watching this and I was like, man, I'm waiting for Jon Snow to turn around and look at Davos and like, can you whisper to this one as well? And Davos being like, I'm the little girl whisperer who understands these things, but I can't do this with Glover. He's an ass.
I'm the little girl whisperer.
I know it sounds so wrong. There's no nice way you can put that.
No, but he's like great dad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he definitely is.
Uncle Davos.
I mean, well, that's because he has like 1,001 kids. We only just got to see one on screen.
Yeah, exactly.
But he got like 6 or 7 or something in the book. I mean, Davos be getting it in apparently.
I think so. Or something like that. But yeah,
There's
there's like a
quite a
few
few
that are
more.
mentioned. There's a few more that are mentioned. But yeah, it's just when they meet with the giants, even Tormund's just like, we all would have been dead if John didn't come and save us. And I'd be at charred bones, just like, man. And it's just that understanding of John's an important person and he saved your life. So, hey, gotta do the right thing and potentially, like, get, save him in a sense and get him, repay him for your debts almost. And, like, yeah, it's like Santa having to stand in the background for this. It's that parallel of her having to stand in the background when he's trading with the wildlings, and then obviously John's standing more forward, but then when they go to turn away, Sansa's the one that steps forward, and it's like, basically the whole idea of, you know who I am, and you're treating me this way. It's like her kind of leaning back into her younger self in a sense, but it's that idea of her moving forward as well, that this is also where we get also divisive Sansa a little bit, because I think it's the next episode, it's where she writes the letter to Baelish. So it's one of those weird spots that were kind of left in with those two. But damn, Lyanna Mormont, and I think the actress was like 10 or something when she was there, and everybody else in the room didn't know all their lines, and she was the one who knew all of her lines, everything she needed to say. Like the more like seasoned actors like Davos and Jon Snow and even Sophie, they're just like, what's going on? Because she remembered all of her lines. She knew where to stay, how to say things, and all of this stuff. It's just like
she came to play. I mean, it was her first role, so she came to bring the business. Obviously, she wants to get cast again at some point in time, I would think. So yeah, she handled that shit.
She made that scene. She made their aghast, taken backness real, because it's genuine. Because you've got this little 10-year-old just came on set and totally fulfills the Bear Island kind of sensibility and ideology. We've heard all these stories about like Mage Mormont and stuff like that in the books, and how they're all kind of warrior women. And not really your typical lady. And you've got little Lyanna here sitting in a kind of more, not ready for battle, but in a kind of little lady's clothing, and she's just an outright bear to Jon and to Sansa. You can just see Davos in the background looking really impressed. Like seriously, absolutely impressed. And just, yeah, the scene's genuine as hell. I love that.
Yeah, I think it showed that the one little tidbit we got about Lyanna Stark was when Stannis got her response. Bear Island knows no king but the king of the north, whose name is Stark. Bitch, mic drop. Don't write me again, okay? You can keep your fucking raven over there. And when we meet Lyanna, they picked the right little girl to come in. She got the facial expressions down, like, I'm looking like, okay, yeah, I could totally believe Mage Mormont raised that little girl. Yeah,
I loved it. I love the lines. Enough of the small talk. So what are you here for?
Dude, the shade she gave to Sansa. Sansa Stark, isn't it Lannister? Or is it Bolton? Reports are conflicted. Sansa didn't know what
which is it?
Little Bear newscast. 6 o'clock news here for you. Is it Lannister? Is it Bolton? Oh.
That's so good.
With Sansa, when these scenes started coming about, I'm like, you have to learn how to speak to people, young lady. There is a time and place for different things. I need you to get into place. While you trying to tell Glover about loyalties and whatnots, who was it that told Cersei your pops was trying to leave King's Landing?
Yeah, I guess.
Don't fucking bring up no damn loyalties, because your hands are just as dirty as that man. So cut the shit. Start thinking like the northerner that you were born to be. That's why Lyanna looked at her and she just looked right through her like, yeah, nah. I'll pass.
It's almost as though she's inspired by Lyanna after this point.
A bit. And I'm not mad at that.
No, it's good.
She kind of needed that kick in the pants.
Yeah.
The
And
gal who played Liana, I was recently reading an interview that she had done, and she said that when she did that day on the set, that she was terrified that she was so mean that the viewers were going to hate her. And she's like, and they loved me, and I couldn't believe it. And I was like,
yeah,
well, good
nobody's
for
gonna
you,
be mad at you
little
being mean to
sister.
Sansa, sweetie. don't even worry about that.
You're cute as fuck. You're wrapped in this awesome fur and like leather gown and whatnot, and you're throwing the ultimate of shade to actors that have been in the business longer than you, and like prime characters at the same time. You just poof out of nowhere and you're like, "Come at me, bro."
Like, for real, I'm surprised she didn't have her own version of like the what was her mom carrying? The Spike Club. I'm surprised she didn't have like a needle-sized version of that hanging on her hip, ready to go right there. Like, why does this little girl not have weapons yet? All we ever see is her just walking around, looking like a badass.
Man, see,
But no weapons, no tools. Why?
And in the new season, they give her like a small, like little bear-sized version of that for the battle. Oh, like Battle of Winterfell. Oh, what? That'd be great.
They need to do something, even if they put her down with the other women and children. They need to give her something. I mean, John did say anybody of fighting age, man, woman, boy, girl. Do you mean I have to put a weapon in my little granddaughter's hand? Yeah.
Just imagine when the little
when you
bear.
die, who's gonna protect that little girl?
Just imagine the little bear getting trained by Arya.
Dude, that's the connection I want to see. I really want to see how they interact. I'm so mad they didn't show any little tidbit of that last season. They could have given us 5 minutes. You had time to give us an awesome spar session with Brienne. You couldn't give us one little cool conversation with Lyanna too. Why? Why do you hate us, D&D?
They're like, we're tired, okay? We're tired of being stars.
We want to go and do Star Wars. We've had enough.
We want to go to Star Wars. I'm just like, you could just pass this on to another person, but yeah.
But Lucasfilm.
Yeah. And Lyanna just was like, okay, I'll pledge men to you. And it's like, how many are we getting? And she's like, 62. And they're like,
and she said that so proudly, and them assholes had the nerve to look like, oh, well, that, and then it really looked like John was about to say some stupid shit. And I was like, look, Davos, let Davos speak. Listen to your man. Let that man speak. You, both of you, close your mouths, take notes.
Yeah, it's like, they fight for the strength of 10 mainlanders. So it's like, But it's like, hey, John gets to win the Battle of the Bastards because a Mormont shield is there. So it's like, thank God. But yeah, I remember it because I was reading it in the notes, was that we do get Sansa writing the letter to Baelish at the end of this, because they get them riding into kind of where the camp was, where Stannis was. And yeah, Sansa writes the letter to Baelish, which everybody's like, God damn it.
Sansa.
It had to be done, man.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
I'm not mistaken that the Vale army coming in, they absolutely needed that reprieve. But you plan ahead with your people, man. The plan could have gone so much more smoother. Had John known the Vale Knights were coming in, because I think he would have also waited a little bit to have them hold off, to come back, swing back around, come behind Ramsay. Like, as soon as Ramsay heard the horns, he knew the jig was up. We only needed to survive that long, and the battle could have gone so differently had we known that those guys were going to show up.
See, I think that John had shouted down at Sansa a bit too much, and Sansa was like, well, fuck you, I'm going to use my little finger. You know?
That's why Sansa needs to learn how to talk to people.
Her as gathering creepy men, right? And you might as well use the one that's still alive and has some sort of sway, to summon the veil at least, because we know that Littlefinger loves the idea of Sansa.
Mm-hmm.
You know who else loves the idea of Sansa? Sweet Robin. She could have went directly to her cousin and bypassed that bullshit. Because Sweet Robin will do whatever Sansa tells him to do.
That's true, but Littlefinger's still Lord Protector of the Vale, more or less, in Sweet Robin's kind of place for the night.
You think if Sweet Robin would have gave an order, Jan Royce would have gave a fuck what Littlefinger was saying?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been a problem.
Yeah, but I think that why they kind of made her have that secret letter go out is just to make the dramatic effect later with the whole Vale army showing up. Like,
yeah, they had to make good TV.
Yeah, because they can't be like, yeah, brother, I'm gonna get the Vale coming, and then because then we'd just be like, oh, they're just waiting in the wings, like that kind of whole thing. It's that idea of them just showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah, TV drama.
Good TV, but like, yes, it doesn't make sense storyline purposes, but it just makes the sense of makes it good TV.
Yeah,
more than anything. So
yeah, my issue was just really in the way that Sansa was trying to get her points across. Yeah. She if she would have done it a bit differently, I think Jon would have actually listened to her and not just gotten frustrated. But neither here nor there. It happened.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And then she's like, you got 62 men from a 10-year-old, and Davos is like your new hand to the king, pretty much. And he's just like, yeah, because that's all I got.
Right, yeah.
That's all I got.
Do you have an idea of another army that we could bring in? Maybe lead off with that next time, Sansa.
Exactly. Yeah, we'll talk about that on Wednesday because.
I have one more point. Why would Jon not sit to think about calling in the Vale? Like
he would.
He doesn't really have a connection there.
You would think.
It doesn't really matter. You've still got fucking ravens. You can at least send one.
He knows that's where his dad went. When
he knows that's where his dad went, but he also knows that Jon Arryn is
to the Starks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, but Jon's the bastard. I don't think he would have thought at all to go there on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Now, had Sansa brought it up, then yeah. But him on his own, I don't see that happening. Like it would almost be like trying to go to get people from the Stormlands. That wouldn't work. Nor the Riverlands.
And it's technically
Stark has connections in all those places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
but if it's Jon's
family,
name behind
right?
it, yeah. I mean, if it's Jon's name behind it, I don't think a lot of people are going to jump ahead. So it makes sense to me that he wouldn't think of the Vale first.
Yeah, it's true. But
Westerosi politics and how they treat their kids is just stupid.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, just so stupid. But we went all over Westeros today, minus Marine. But we've made it to the end of the episode. So, what do we rate this episode?
I'm going to give this one a 7.5.
Out of
7.5 what?
Oh, yeah, that's the thing on Episode Club. What do you give it? 7.5 out of what?
Like
7.5
swallows, drowning men.
Jimmy bitch slaps.
Right.
7.5. Totes 7.5. I'm trying to think of something funny here. I can't.
I'll come back to it. It's fine.
7.5. Elena Smackdowns. There you go.
There you go.
Boom. That's perfect.
I'm going to give it an 8.5 hot pirate booties.
Yeah.
Okay, get the
How do you like that, Lauren?
All right. Okay, let's see. Well, I mean, since we're talking about booties. No, not gonna go there. Never mind. me pick something else. Nope. Let me not do that. Let's see. I will go with 8. 8 Ghosts of Mage Mormont.
Ooh.
Because I don't think she was talked about enough on this damn show. And I love Leona.
Yeah.
That's true.
They only show her, I think, once or twice ever.
Once when they were at Riverrun or somewhere in the Riverlands, I think at a camp.
Yeah.
And we barely caught a glimpse of Daisy next to her. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I will give this episode 8.5 snarky little sister statements, because you can see like that Leona Mormont is basically their little sister. Like almost that you can almost see that that's Arya for John and Sansa, like the Arya that they kind of left behind. Like that's just like Arya just jazzed up a little bit more in a sense. They're just like, God damn it.
You know what I want? Random off topic. Why the fuck did Ned never send Arya to Bear Island to foster?
You would have thought that. Like,
look at who your daughter is, and look at one of your liege ladies. She's running the shit. You know she's about the business, and she has like all of the daughters that know how to fight. So send your half wildling child over there and let her get proper training from a lady.
Yeah.
I bet you we wouldn't have had half the issues that Arya ran into, because if you think Daisy is like the key component, Daisy is very much the lady. But if you bring that nonsense to her, she will shank you quick, fast. But you can tell. I mean, she's got like the training. She knows how to toe the line. I guess she walks very well in both worlds, and I think Arya could have easily pulled all that training in. I mean, and what's her name? Alicent. She was a badass. She was just as badass as her mom, walking around with clubs, beating grown men up twice her size, not giving a fuck.
I'm pretty sure Cat would be the problem for that. If Ned did want to send her Cat, be like, no! Because obviously, I want the girls to be proper ladies, but she doesn't understand that that's not the way Arya is.
yeah.
Really, that's the gist that I got. And she focuses a lot of her time on Sansa.
But that's what I'm saying. She focuses on Sansa, so leave Arya alone. Let Arya go be happy and run around and learn how to do the things that you want her to learn, because I'm sure Mage got that training too, and I'm sure she's passed that on to all of her daughters, because at least we never heard otherwise, so I'm assuming that those lessons were passed on, and I think that would have been passed on to Arya as well. I mean, Lyanna is kind of the proof.
Yeah. And even Lady Tarly comments at the dinner table about how Lord Umber had talked about how his daughters were trained how to hunt. Like, if they're learning how to hunt and stuff like that.
And
like,
if anybody else would have done that with their daughters, it would be the Umbers, because they don't have time for the random fuck shit either.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like, obviously, if they know all the way down in the Reach that this is common in the North, then what would be the big deal about sending her, right?
Fucking Catelyn.
Don't get it. Yeah, Catelyn. I liked her, and then the more you guys talk about her and mention things, I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's really great how her character's written in the books as well, because she's written in a way where you kind of like her until you start seeing all these different things, and then
other you start cleaning the windows a little bit.
Like, oh damn!
Wait, no, that's not cool. Wait, no, no, Catelyn.
Yeah, Catelyn. Oh god.
Like you spend the whole night praying, like you don't like this baby that your husband's came back.
Oh my god!
Right, and then the baby gets sick, and you spend all night like by the baby's
bed, that he lives,
right, and make promises to the gods and stuff like that, to the old gods and whatnot, and you make that kind of dream catchery type thing. And you're like, oh, a mother makes it for a child, and blah blah blah, and and then the minute that baby's fine, you're like, bitch, I don't care, get up my side, I don't want to see that thing.
You called this boy bastard every day of his life for no fucking reason. I get that you might still be a little bit in your feelings because you think your husband cheated on you, but in no way, shape, or form is that ever the kid's fault, man. He didn't ask to be there.
Listen, I actually genuinely think in some way that Catelyn had cheated on Ned, and that's why she's so peeved about it. Never mind her honor. I mean,
I don't think she cheated. Yeah. I think she has a bastard of her own that she wants to keep covered up.
Well, yeah, I think one of the Stark children are. I think that would.
I'm saying I think Robin is Brandon's kid.
Yeah.
Brandon did love to see, blood on his sword, as it were, and we know he's a well-documented womanizer.
Phrasing.
I don't see why Catelyn wouldn't have said yes when they were already betrothed and going to be doing the thing anyway. By all accounts, Brandon was hot, so
yeah.
People say the dates don't match up sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? I don't trust any dates in this damn story, so. Yeah.
It's hard to tell, like especially then with the whole thing with who's the older son then of if NAJ or was a thing. It's like does it really matter? And then there's that whole thing of who's older, Danny or John. It's like, does this matter?
Like, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah,
it's like it doesn't matter at all. So it's like just anyway. So we kind of gave our thoughts.
Yeah.
A new little tinfoil theory from AK because we all think that all the time.
No, that's not new tinfoil. That's not new tinfoil. That's been around for a bit.
Yeah. Well, I haven't heard. I probably wouldn't have thought about it until you brought it up. It's just. Hey.
Yeah, it definitely is not mine. So anyone that's listening, like, oh, she stole that. No, I'm saying it's not mine. I'm just reporting the news.
Yeah, it's like man. Sharing theories that they're out there, they're not necessarily ours. And I mean, if they are ours, we've put them on our channel. So, and anyone that's inspired those things, we've name dropped them. That's the correct thing to do if you're giving valuable content and whatnot.
Definitely.
Yes. So, with that, where can the people find you at home if they haven't found you already?
Clarissa, your face popped up first.
Hi, you can find me on Facebook, Clarissa Thompson. You'll find me occasionally Geek Chat 1. And you catch me Friday nights on the Cylon Johns as one of the Cylon Jills, first time watcher, with Mackenzie and Johnny B. Crazy and John St. Baptiste and Amy True and Bobby Catalano. And yeah, it's a good time. Come join us one of these days. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if you go and rewatch Friday's stream.
Oh my god,
Lauren, that's where Enter My Body comes from.
Right, I need to watch this.
I'll this damn stream. I have to watch.
See, we'll send you like the times. I'll like put it in episode club. The timestamp that is.
There's a martini in me, damn it.
Yeah, I'll put it in there. But yeah, it's just. Yeah, there's that whole thing of those two, and then and JR was there. Oh my god, it was so. But anyway,
I really hope that there's playback on the chat because that was.
There is.
Oh,
if you go
so good.
Yeah, there is now.
It's so good.
You're up next, milady.
Okay. I'm up. Phrasing. This is turning into ginger ale chat. Anyway, I'm Lauren. You can find me on my channel, Lauren's Corner. I do poetry, short stories, book reviews, and hard-hitting interviews called Asking Questions. I also have a Patreon under the same name. You can also find me on Geek Chat 1 on Facebook. If you haven't joined that, go check it out. And also go check out the YouTube channel, Geek Chat 1, because I am one half of the Geekhead News with my co-host, J.R. Rowley. So, yeah, use all the buttons and like this video.
And also make sure to go over to Lauren's channel for Grandmaster Conspiracy Part 4, because this will be out before then. So
yes, we will be doing Summer Hall, and if you haven't seen Part 1 and Part 2, more reasons to go to Secrets of the Citadel and Geek Chat 1 on YouTube.
Exactly.
And Johnny B. Crazy's channel on Wednesday for Part 3.
Yep, right. This will be going around this time. So, yes, make sure to go do that. And last, but certainly not least, AK.
Yes, I think you guys can definitely find me in the comment threads on Geek Chat One. That really is just a fun page, y'all. Just stop by and post some nerdy things, or just read and enjoy the nerdy things that are already there. Um, you can always also find me with my Mad Queens on Ginger Ale Chat. We have special guests sometimes. Lauren has been a guest of ours. I don't know if we're gonna be pulling anybody else anytime soon because con season's coming up, but we'll see. Stay tuned to Monero Geek TV's channel for the Ginger Ale Chats. You will be able to catch me if you like American Gods. Me, BBM, now Fandom D Saint, the artist formerly known as BBM. And Laving Shadow will be speaking about, I think, episodes 1 through 4 of American Gods sometime next weekend. It'll likely be on my channel. So, I mean, sub me if you want. You don't have to. I always say you will find me on other people's channels a lot quicker than you will my own. But, click that notification button still. Every now and then I get some good things out. Let's see. I will be doing live reactions once our season starts. We're so close now. It's getting close, and I am really, really nervous about doing this because doing it live is a lot of work. It may seem easy, but it's not, because I gotta pay attention, and then we're commenting and talking in the chat too, and there's gonna be a lot of stuff going on. So fingers crossed that we get it done well.
Mm-hmm.
And I will definitely be doing panel discussions also with the Mad Queens about each episode. We're probably going to try to air Monday or Tuesday. I don't know, because I know a lot of folks are going to be doing streams for this season. So we'll just try to work around folks. But there's a lot of us out here now, so there are going to be overlaps. So I'm sorry. We can't always, have specific time slots where we understand if you want to watch somebody else and come back to us. No problem at all.
Spoiled for choice. That's the main thing, right?
We're gonna have a lot of content once the season starts. So definitely check everyone out.
Yes,
because we're cool people.
Abundance of content. That's what you always want. There's always something going on some way, somehow. So make sure to check out all these lovely ladies, and I hope you enjoyed Ladies' Night on Episode Club. We've had a few already.
Because we went off on some tangents, y'all.
It's okay.
I don't know what we're going to think. I'm nervous.
Okay. Everybody's we're going to be good. So you can find me here on my channel, where we will continue to do podcast editions of Episode Club until Wednesday, which is probably the day that this may be released, where then I guess tonight we'll be talking Season 6, Episode 9, The Battle of the Bastards. Ooh, that famous episode of Season 6 with some lovely people. And I hope you join us for that. Make sure to also check out Johnny's channel, where I frequently am always there. He just hit 500 subscribers. I think he's climbing. I think he's almost at 540 by this point. He is just powering through. So make sure to go over to his channel. Watch his Quickie of Ice and Fires. They're so good. And I think he should be posting a new news of locations and lore with John St. Baptiste sometime this week. So go check that out as well. And check out BSG, also known as the Cylon Johns, with John St. Baptiste, Johnny B. Crazy, and myself and Clarissa, like we said earlier, for Friday night, where, who knows, we may have another famous hashtag enter into the Geek Chat realm. So, with that, we will thank you.
I've got one. Can I end the stream with one?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and Lauren.
Hakuna your tatas.
Bye.
I hate you.
Bye, everybody.